Hello, welcome back to Linux Wednesdays, where we look at Linux tips and tricks on a Wednesday. Last week's video we looked at installing Python 3 and the PyCharm software in Linux. Now PyCharm is a bit like a word processor for Python when you do your program. This week's video we're going to write our very first program in Python, but before we do that I want to create myself a desktop icon so I don't have to go to the terminal every time and do a ./PyCharm. If I right click on the desktop and go create launcher, leave it as type application, name we're going to call it PyCharm. I'm going to press on commands, we're going to press on browse. Okay, so my documents, my PyCharm community, or where you've installed PyCharm, bin, and we click on pycharm.sh. So yours might be in your downloads folder, it might be in your pictures folder, or so on. But you go to the PyCharm community and then bin and then pycharm.sh. I'll press OK. You see there we've got our icon, but it's a bit ugly. So if I right click again, choose properties and click this box here. Now I go to my documents, my PyCharm community, and I've got PNGs here. So I've got PyCharm PNG, Python 1 and Python PNG. I'm going to click on PyCharm PNG and press OK. Press on close and we've got ourselves a nice icon there. We can just double click and the program will run. If you don't have any PNG icons, go to search engine, so in my case DuckDuckGo, type in PyCharm PNG and click on images. You can use that one there if you wanted to. You can use that one there, you can use that one, and so on. Now all we need to do, double click on PyCharm and the program will run. Now here I've got main py. If you see text in there, just highlight the text and remove it. And if I press on here where it's got Python console, this is where our program will run. This is where we can type out, just to test out commands and stuff. So if I type in like print and brackets, little dash, and go subscribe, which is what you should definitely do to this channel, subscribe, press return, you see there it says subscribe. I want to write that into a program, so up here and I write out our very first program with user input. So we need to do the hashtag first, which is a bit like the rem statement in BASIC. It makes the code easier to read. So we can do let's put a space in there, first program. You go and press enter. And there's nothing worse than having loads of code and going through it and not being able to know what the code does. So what you do is when you do your code, if you've got something that creates user input, something like that, you go, this next couple of lines creates user input, this draws this on the screen, that draws that on the screen. You go through the code, it makes it a lot easier for people to read. So next line we're going to do name equals input, little bracket, little dash, and we're going to put what is your name, space, close the bracket and go to the next line there. And it's going to do name equals input, what is your name, and next line we're going to do is print hello, capital H, space, close the bracket, comma, name. What that's going to do is print hello followed by what we've typed in the first text box. So it's also for a name, it could be Fred. It's going to say hello Fred, name, subscribe, hello subscribe, which is what you should do to this channel, subscribe, name Jez, hello Jez. So let's run our program and do run main. It says what is your name, click down here and I type in Jez and we get hello Jez. Next line we're going to type in is age equals input, how old are you? And we can do, next line can be a print, and we can do age, just do it, yes, I'm going to print the age out, press enter, let's press on run the main program. So hello Jez, how old are you? I'm 43, just going to say 43. Want to make it a bit more interesting, instead of just saying 43, print, let's say name, comma, you are, comma, age, right, years old. And go down to our next line. What it's going to do is print a name, so it might say Jez, you are whatever I've typed in there. So it's say Jez, you are, and whatever I've typed in there, years old. So let's run our program. What is your name? I'm going to go Jez. Hello Jez, how old are you? I'm 43. It says Jez, you are 43 years old. And there we go. We just created the very first program in Python with user input. Now you can use this box here to do your test your commands out of this box for your main program. If you wanted to, you can then go File, and you can then save your program and so on. Save all and whatever you want to save it as. And that was how to create your very first program in Python. Now last week we looked at a book. Well, I've got a book that I've downloaded. If I remember rightly, I didn't link it in the description. I'll do that again. I'll do that in this week's video. I'll put it in the description with a book that I've been reading, all to do with Python. It's not a bad book, and the good thing about it, it's completely free. You can download it, and you can read it on your phone, your tablet, and so on. If you found this video of some use, give it a thumbs up. If you don't like the video, yeah, the other button seems to work too. As always, thank you very much for watching Linux Wednesdays. I'll see you in the new year for another Linux Wednesdays. Thanks for watching.